A good way to start working on legato phrasing is with these 3-note per string major scales and modes. Here's the first one. It's a pretty good place to start because it's right in the middle of the neck. It starts on C, and you'll start with 3 whole steps. I guess it's really 2 whole steps. And then repeat on the next string. And note the fingers are 1, 2, and 4. And the fingers on the next 3 notes are 1, 2, and 4 also. But there's just a half step and a whole step. Same on the next. And then on the next string you shift 1 fret and play 1, 3, and 4, 1, 3, and 4. So the fingerings kind of stay together. You have these whole steps like this, and then a half step and a whole step, and then a whole step and half step. Alright, so the first thing to do is just play it up and down and pick once per string. That's kind of a rule of thumb in this style. So, and you're gonna be what I call placing your fingers. Your fingers for each string, all 3 fingers will wind up being on the fretboard as you ascend. Okay, now descending, you'll start with your fingers placed already. Now you may have noticed I didn't play it fast, I just played it real hard, and you can actually hear the springs rattling the note on the Strat. That's an important part of the process. You've got to really, the speed is already there, but the strength may not be. So if you can play this stuff real fast but without any sort of strength, where the notes need to come out as loud as a picked note. So usually most people, either their hammer is weak or their pull-off may be weak, or both. Anyway, so once you kind of know that scale, there's 7 different modes. This is the first one starting on C, and then you can go to D, D Dorian, and you should really look at all 7 of them. But I'm just going to stick with this one here and show you the different exercises that I did, and I think they worked in strengthening my hand. So first is just this little 3-note. We'll start right here on this little 3-note pattern, and it's those 3 notes ascending. Just pick once per string, so we'll just play these 3 notes over and over. So you notice I'm not picking after the first note, but I am keeping the other strings quiet with my right hand. So on to the second string. So see, we do this little 3-note pattern on each string, and I'm playing each one 4 times. Seems like a good number. Okay, then I reverse it. So you really got to make a hammer with your pinky right there. Okay, then there's one that starts on the middle note. So it's 3rd finger, pinky, 1st finger, 3rd finger, pinky. Here, of course, starts with the middle note, middle finger. guess there's one, I didn't really think about it, but it's a, actually these, started with a middle note again. Okay, here's a 6-note pattern that I always liked. It's yeah, starting with the middle note. And this really works well with distortion, but it's not good practice with distortion. It'll give you a false sense of security. So let's see, here's one that I learned from a guitar player named John Ziegler. He used to live in Houston, now lives in LA. He called it the cello exercise. So anyway, you start with those 3 notes and then these 3 notes, starting with the middle and then with the pinky. That one takes a lot of control. I guess that after that's a 6-note pattern, you can do 4-note patterns. Let's see. Just on and on, all kinds of. So anyway, I'm going to stop and go to the next part 2.